Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
Welcome, everyone. I am so thrilled you're here for this explainer. Look, we're skipping the usual long intro today because we've got a massive educational secret to unpack, one that completely disrupts everything you might have been told about higher education in India. If you've been stressing over the intense rat race for top-tier colleges, you are exactly where you need to be.
So let me ask you something. What if I told you that you don't have to go into massive student debt to study at an elite, world-class institute? In fact, what if the government actually paid you to study there, covering your expenses and setting you up for a premium career from day one? It sounds like a total dream, but for students who know where to look, it is an absolute reality.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Imagine earning 80,000 rupees every single year while you learn. And no, this isn't a salary from an entry-level job after you graduate. This is a yearly stipend given to you while you're studying for your undergraduate degree. Let's break down exactly how you can unlock this incredible opportunity.
Section 1. India's best kept secret, a parallel track. Section 2. What are IISER and NEST? Elite institutes.
You know, for decades, the standard path for science students in India has been kind of rigid, right? You either crack the JEE for engineering or NEET for medical, often enduring immense stress and spending an absolute fortune on coaching and college fees. But IISER, which stands for the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, and NISER, the National Institute of Science Education and Research, represent this amazing parallel track. You really need to understand that these institutes are easily on par with the prestige of top IITs and AIMS. The big difference is their core focus. Instead of traditional engineering or clinical medicine, they're completely dedicated to top-tier science education, research, and innovation. They offer phenomenal integrated BSc and MSc programs backed by sprawling, world-class campuses all across India.
Section 3. The ultimate ROI, government-funded education. Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark contrast in how these two institutes approach financial aid. At IISER, you have the Inspire Scholarship, which is heavily merit-based. It rewards the top 1% of students from their 12th board exams. But look at NISER. NISER offers the Disha Scholarship, and here's the real kicker. It's given to absolutely every single student who gets admitted. If you get a seat at NISER, you get the scholarship, period.
Let's actually look at the math, because this is where it gets really exciting. Both of these scholarships provide 5,000 rupees per month, which equals 60,000 a year. On top of that, you receive a 20,000 rupee summer mentorship grant, which is essentially a paid summer internship program. That brings the total up to 80,000 rupees a year, and you start earning this from your very first year. You aren't just a student. You're practically a junior researcher being funded by the government of India. Think about how empowering that is, getting paid to dive deep into pure science without the looming dread of college debt. Section 4, cracking NST and IIT. Let's talk entrance exams. So how do you actually secure a seat? Well, you're going to need to clear one of two specific entrance exams. If you want to get into NISER, you take the NEST exam. If you're aiming for IISER, you take the IIT. And here is a massive strategic advantage for biology students. The NEST exam has 4 sections: physics, chemistry, math, and biology, but they only calculate your final score based on your best 3 sections. So if you're a PCB student who isn't exactly great at math, NEST is highly favorable for you. The IIT, on the other hand, requires you to attempt all 4 PCMB subjects.
Breaking down the test structure just a bit further, the NEST exam is out of 180 total marks and takes 3 hours. The IIT is slightly longer at 3.5 hours with 240 total marks. Just a heads up for your calendars, guys, the application forms usually drop around February. The actual exams take place in June or the last week of July, meaning your prep window needs to align perfectly with your board exams, so you can manage both without burning out.
Now, for my PCB students who may be just panicked about the IIT forcing you to take the math section, hey, take a breath. So the crucial point here is this fun fact. Out of the total 240 marks in the IIT, the absolute highest scores historically only cap around 150 to 157. You do not need a perfect score, and you certainly don't need a perfect math score to clear the cutoff and secure a seat at an elite IISER campus.
Section 5, Eligibility, Seats, and Fees. Time for a logistics breakdown.
The good news is that the barrier to entry isn't impossibly high. The eligibility criteria are actually very straightforward. You need to have passed your 12th grade either in the current year or within the last 2 years.
You must have a minimum of 60% marks overall in your 12th boards, though this is relaxed to 55% for ST, ST, and PWD candidates. And of course, you need a science foundation, meaning physics, chemistry, and biology are definitely required. When it comes to availability, there's a really healthy amount of seats spread all across the country. IISER has 200 seats. There's also this incredible affiliated program under the Department of Atomic Energy at Mumbai University called CBAS, which offers 57 seats. But the biggest volume is at IISER, boasting over 2,138 seats distributed across incredible campuses in cities like Bhopal, Pune, Calcutta, and Thiruvananthapuram. With over 2,300 total seats up for grabs across all these programs, your odds of securing a spot are much healthier than those heavily bottlenecked traditional engineering tracks.
Okay, let's look at the actual financial magic here. And this brilliantly illustrates what we were talking about earlier. At NISER, for instance, your semester fee is roughly 39,000 rupees for general categories, plus a small one-time admission fee. That's about 78,000 a year. But remember that 80,000 yearly stipend? Your stipend is literally covering your tuition, and in some cases, you're actually turning a slight profit. You're getting a world-class education with virtually zero financial burden on your family.
Oh, and as a quick bonus fact, prepping for the IIT exam is incredibly high leverage. Even if you decide IISER just isn't for you, your IIT score can actually be used to apply for elite undergraduate BSc research programs at IISc Bangalore and the BSc Medical Science and Engineering program at IIT Madras. One exam, multiple doors to India's most prestigious science institutions.
Section 6. Direct Government Placements and Job Roles.
So what happens after you graduate? Well, this is where the deal gets even sweeter. The post-degree journey is exceptionally secure. Here's exactly how it works. First, you graduate from IISER, NISER, or CBs. Second, you maintain a solid academic record, specifically an 8 out of 10 CGPA. If you hit that mark, Step 3 unlocks automatically. You become eligible for direct placement interviews for scientific officer roles within the government. No frantic off-campus job hunting required.
And guys, these aren't just any jobs. We're talking about legendary organizations. Through these direct placements, you could find yourself posted right at ISRO, DRDO, or the Baba Atomic Research Center. These roles come with starting salaries ranging from $85,000 to $1 lakh per month, plus all the amazing perks of a prestigious government position. Furthermore, if you decide you want to stay in academia and pursue your PhD, there's a dedicated Prime Minister Scholarship Scheme that provides a massive, high-tier fellowship to fund your doctoral research. The runway this provides for your career is honestly incredible.
So we land on this final question. When you look at the whole shebang, direct pathways to elite scientist roles at places like ISRO, practically zero student debt thanks to guaranteed stipends, and sprawling world-class campuses, is it time to rethink the traditional high-stress paths of standard medical and engineering degrees? These institutes offer a brilliant, lucrative, and deeply impactful alternative for anyone passionate about science. I really hope this explainer has completely opened your eyes to the possibilities out there. Keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time.
Want to know the secret to getting into a top MBBS university abroad without breaking the bank? Just type MBBS abroad or study abroad and send us a WhatsApp message right now. Get a free consultation call with our study abroad experts and discover lowest fee universities, NMC approved colleges, complete admission process free. Don't let confusion hold you back. Message MBBS abroad today and start your medical journey. Link in description. Hurry, limited slots available.